What I want to talk to you about today is the Macebell. And what I have here are two homemade Macebells. Now you can get online, you can find a Macebell that is a professional grade Macebell that looks like a kettlebell on the end of a stick. However, these homemade Macebells are serving my purpose pretty well. You can go online, you can find videos of Macebell movements such as the 10 and 2 or Macebell 360s, which are good videos. But what I want to talk to you about is some specific stuff as far as Macebell work that carries over to if you're a HapKiDo player or you practice Jiu-Jitsu or Aikido. So the first technique we're going to look at is a Macebell 360. And I've got these two that I'm going to demonstrate with. I'll probably focus more on this one. I think this one's probably a little bit better for a beginner and a martial arts practitioner. This one right here is obviously longer. Its total length on this one is 55.5 inches. It's 24.4 pounds, which is 11.06 kilograms. And a beginner Macebell is about, for men, is about 10 kilograms. So this is a pretty good one for some good Macebell work. This one's going to be a little easier. Not only is it lighter, it's 20.8 pounds, but it's also shorter. The overall length on this one is only 48.5 inches. So it's definitely going to be easier than this longer one. And the handle is fatter, so I'm going to get a little bit extra grip workout as far as it's going to translate over into HapKiDo. I would like this one to be a little bit longer, but I just couldn't find this post hole digger handle any longer, but I really like this handle. Also for traveling, if I were to strap this onto a roof rack of a car, I want to take it with me somewhere, I put a little screw down here in the handle, makes it real easy to loop around so it doesn't go anywhere. Alright, so let's talk about the 360 first. I'll move this one out of the way. Oh, by the way, both of these, you can probably put these together for $20, $25 each. It's not expensive. We're a professional kettlebell, a professional grade Macebell that you find online is probably closer to about $270 plus shipping. So it's a big price discrepancy. So right now, until I hit the lottery, a homemade Macebell for me is perfect. All right, so this is a Macebell 360. Pretty standard exercise. You're going to hold the Macebell at the end. You're going to let it go behind your shoulder. I'm going to bring it back. Circling around. So this is circular strength. I'm using momentum. Pulling through, it works the shoulders really well. That can also be done alternating as a 10 and 2. Going from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Back and forth. Alright, so as far as how this carries over into a HapKiDo technique, what we have first is we're going to look at a technique that we call a whip throw. And as I come through, let's say I've got him, I'm attacking his hand, or he's grabbing my wrist, whatever, but I'm crossing his body. I step through and pull and drop, or I can step through this way. We call this a screwdriver throw as I step through, step back, and twist. But when you look at it from this point of view, as I come through, I'm going here to break the balance. I step, my hands go over my head, I turn and pull. Thanks. So if you look at the way the movement goes for that particular HapKiDo technique, is I'm coming through, I'm reaching over, and I pull. Essentially the same kind of move that you're seeing with a Macebell 360. So the hands go over, and I pull. Hands go over, and I pull. So it has a lot of carryover for that particular technique. So when I'm stepping through and I come through and pull, you're working those same muscles, you're working momentum, you're teaching your body how to move with circular strength. The other technique that I'm going to go over, or exercise and technique I'm going to go over, again, with the Macebell, is, I don't know the name of this, I don't even know if there is a name for this, just a wrist exercise for the Macebell, but you're going to hold it with the heavy side down, as close as you can get your hand to the mace, to the heavy part of the Macebell is good to start with. Later, if you want to work your way up, it's really hard, but you'd be better for it. All I'm going to do from here is I'm going to focus on taking the long end to the ground. Get it close, flex, and come back. Working the wrist and working the forearm. Forearm really gets a lot of work out in any kind of a Macebell movement. So what I'm doing then, of course you want to work both sides. sets of 10, sets of 20, sets of 30, whatever you would like to do. But if you look at the way the wrist is moving, I'm casting my wrist forward from here. Same move here. As we do certain wrist lock techniques, I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, again, I can either, let's say I get this from a pickup. Maybe he's doing a chest grab. So he's grabbing, and let's make it really easy. Sometimes we see a funny, what I call the funny inverted grip, especially when we're wearing a dobok or a gi. They come in and they grip like this because the way the gi comes across the chest. So sometimes they grab like this. If I bring my hands together, one of our techniques is I step forward and I push down and I turn that wrist. So I'm working on those same muscles to push forward from here. If his hand is a vertical or a natural grip, like he's getting ready to punch, I counter strike, I turn it over, and then I come in for that technique again. But what you're seeing again is the Macebell is one of the best tools for HapKiDo, Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, those type of movements to really train your body to get good grip, good force in those hand techniques, as well as teaching your body circular motions, pulls, pushes, using weight, using momentum, as well as really working on your grip strength. So if you're a player in any of those martial arts that do a lot of hand grabbing, manipulations, throws, momentum techniques, give the Macebell a shot. It's pretty cheap to put together, and the techniques, although they may look a little bit kind of tricky, it's not that hard to pull off. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck.